And as always, we are back with Half Hour Henshin, episode 77. As always, I am Sleepy Witch, joined by
DJ Azure, the 2.5D here, TalkTuber.
Whew. This week.
Man. Yeah, this week.
Here's the thing. For a little bit, I was wondering if this week wasn't going to be, like, double intense. Because the way Gotchard starts off, you're kind of like, oh, are we going to get kind of like a clip show, like a recap episode?
Yeah, I thought we were too. I'm like, huh?
And then that only lasts, like, the first, 5 minutes, and it's like, no. We're doing this for real.
Yeah, that was a good like fake out. Man, it was so good this week.
Also, I feel really bad for his mom because they just gaslit her into buying groceries twice.
I know. Oh man, that eraser.
She's gonna fucking look at like her credit card statement or whatever and be like, "Wait, I did buy the groceries. Where the fuck did those go?"
Well, we'll see.
I mean, it's not gonna be relevant for the show, you know that. But...
Yeah, I know.
Oh man. It's cool seeing the moon servers form in the opening as well for Renee.
Yep. Oh man, yeah. But yeah, so it looks like the big thing that we are getting is just that that Minato really is is trying to fight against Gideon, and it's not going well.
No. I like the bit that it looks like, we've gotten the revelation that he here's the thing. Gideon is saying that he killed a student. It's probably more likely that a student died and he either was not able to save him or was indirectly responsible, but he's still taking responsibility, you know what I mean? I feel like it's not going to be as cut and dry as he killed him.
Yeah, it really doesn't feel that way.
But yeah, no. And oof, just the fact that the moment they got Warp Terra, they were able to literally immediately steal the cards.
Yeah, it was so fast too. It's like okay, cool. Yeah, we need to go meet at this area. It's Minato's writing, and then Warp Terra happens, and bam, every card except Steamliner is stolen, and
yep,
yeah, it's
Hopper
crazy.
Falls into the portal, making sure he saves Hotaro. Oof.
Yeah, that was it's a bit intense, man.
Yeah, it was a lot as far as everything's concerned.
Yeah, and I was a little bit worried about it, but seeing Dread Type 1 now.
Yep. I also wonder if that's gonna be a thing where we were at 1 for Steamliner or whatever. We were at the Dark Steamliner, so now we have 3 for the Unicorn. I wonder if the next form is gonna be based on Valvarad.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, actually, talk about Valvarad. Both Spanner and Rene are still able to transform. They're the only ones that are able to. But Dread Type 1 is overpowered right now.
I mean, yeah, that is kind of just the suit arm race in Kamen Rider. The moment you get an upgrade suit, you're stronger than all the others, and then they get an upgrade suit, and then they're stronger than you.
Yeah.
And then you get the next upgrade suit, and you're strong.
Oh man. Yeah, so that happens, and Minato is able to fight against both of them without any issue, but we basically get a super really intense sequence where Hotaro's he needs to transform in some way. He needs to save his friends because it basically flashes back to he's been friends with them for a long time already.
Yeah, and he's like, I'll even do something forbidden, to which everyone's like, no. And then we get someone to show up, and I mean, we've already seen it in the preview. And I don't think it was that hard to guess who would be the one person who could show up who also dresses in the suit and cape. But Rine's dad is back.
Yeah.
Kugo Fudo in the flesh.
Yeah, it's oh, okay. But it's actually kind of funny because we basically see we see the that the forbidden technique is basically he's like with the driver, he's basically amalgam now. He's basically a steamliner amalgam with 10-liner.
Yep. First of all, I love the 10-liner design. I like how it looks like a futuristic little guy. Very cool. I like that it also goes back to like the fact that we had the little tiny steamliner form in the past, and now we have like the tiny version of 10-liner for the driver.
Yeah, yeah. Like when I first saw the toy, when I first saw the toy, like the driver, because we only ever saw it like like being the attachment. I didn't think it was gonna be one that you could basically like carry around with you, like like the actual toy that you could carry.
Also,
But
I didn't realize it just was steamliner.
yeah, it's just Steamliner upgraded. And it's even crazier too that because it is 10-liner, he's able to transform with just a single card alone.
Yep. He's able to transform as a single card, and in addition to that, obviously it's a Type 10. It upgraded, but that also means he got the little upgrade on his ring as well. So now all three of them have like upgraded alchemist rings.
Yup. And talking about alchemist rings, I see like we have like the P Bandai ring holders now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro, aren't the rings like $180 each?
Something like that. But I mean, like the ring holder that to recharge the rings, but it's more like, oh yeah, want to display your ring in a special way, like in the show. Yeah, we made these ring chargers.
Yeah. Man, I love the Iron Gotchard design.
Yeah, like I mean, like
singular eye.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, say what you were gonna say.
Yeah, no, it's like, yeah, like I said, he's basically amalgam, but like because he doesn't have malice, like Steamliner and 10-liner is basically like working with him, so he basically just has all those elements.
Yeah, he has like the multiple heads. That's why he's got the extra stuff on his arms. I love the like one-eyed eye like on top of the helmet, and I also love that there's almost like the chain like covering up the normal Gotchard eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of the the face on the chest design.
Yeah, I love
it. Vibe. So it looks really cool.
Yeah, it's also really funny though that like despite like all the images, when they shoot it from like when they shoot it in wide or like from like bottom up or like aiming upwards, it doesn't look as funny buff like in action as like all the preview pictures made it seem.
No, yeah, that was one of the things I know you were excited because he looks so Dorito shaped, and looking back, he only looks Dorito shaped because the arms are really long and because like the back of the arms kind of go behind him. But the suit itself is actually not that big. It's like the arms.
Yeah. Like I thought it was gonna be a Dorito, but no, it's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, next episode, we basically have to deal with Minato now.
Yep.
And
I also just like the vibe that you do get to see just for a second, like Renee obviously reacting to what probably is seeing her father.
Yeah.
and it's a reaction that you can see in the suit, going back to the like, oh my god, you can't emote in a suit with your face covered. It's like, yes, you can.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah. Well, I am a little sad that we didn't get any actual action with Iron Gotchard, but
no, but it's the setup. He's gonna be transformed next episode. We're gonna hopefully start with the action.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm really excited for is the one of the last things they show us before they show us the like the everyone yelling out Professor, like, believe in us scene is I really want to see the Iron Gotchard kick or like finisher.
Ooh, yes,
it's like
that's right.
He's like setting up for it, and I think I told you I've been really sold on Gotchard like design wise since we've seen Hotaro. When we got that first preview and we saw the first like steamliner finisher kick where he like stands up on one leg and like the steam comes out and he sets up almost like the rails that he like goes on, and this is like the like upgraded version of that specific kick. So I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. I also can't wait for it. It's gonna be great.
Yep. And when we get to see it, next week we're gonna be watching that with Boom Boolinger. It'll be here.
Yeah. And I don't think we got any news for Boon Boonger this week, really. But that's important because, King Ohger ended, and it's time.
Oof, and ended it did. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was... Oh, man. I'm not sure where to start.
I mean, starting at the beginning, the fact that the episode basically starts with everyone doing, like, their roll call, but with all of their, like, attendants and stuff in the background, like, with all their boys,
Yeah.
The Yanma, I don't suck up to anyone, no matter what I'm dealing with, guts and brains will be plenty to get through, that's how the president of Scopa does it, and it's, like, everyone behind him, like, setting up.
Yeah, it's so sick. I love it.
And then, we get Himeno, like the queen of Ishibana. I will do as I wish and stride down my own path. You will now witness the pride of the flower that will never wilt or wither.
Yeah.
And again, just everyone set up. I love it, Dabowski showing up, talking about how the people are everything to him and he'll do anything to protect them with his sister and everyone in tow. The law is a spear that slays king. The law is also a shield which defends the people. That is why Goken stands resolute. But everything can change, but Rita will stand unshaken. Jeremy, ruling over man, Bugnarok, and everything in between.
Because of course, yeah.
And obviously, we get the classic, fear me, tremble in your boots. I will show you no shred of mercy or restraint, and spare no effort or intent. Gira Hasty. And I love that, like, it's just, like, all the warriors and Rackles in the suit.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. And then, they fight. It's like, we basically just get to see it all happen. And, of course, like, we're, like, all trying to figure out, like, how are we going to, like... It's really funny. It's like, I'm tired of this, and basically starts to grow big, and we're like, how are we gonna deal with him? And then it's like, we need the big King Ohger, and the way that they come up with it is actually really cute. We got a spirit bomb.
Yeah, we got a spirit bug bomb. Which again, I love. I love the vibe of, like, immortal life is already all around us. All of our lives are linked together, and they create, the path to the future. So a little bit of all of our lives is immortal life.
Yeah, that it's funny logic at its best, but at the same time, it's so cute.
It's incredibly funny logic, but it works so well. And we get to see probably the thing that I was the most hype about. We get to see, like, Kamajin versus Jeremy versus Defnarok.
Yeah,
and then get dragged straight to hell.
Yeah, it's great how it happens too, because, like, you basically see it happen, and then who else who do we see
Rackles
in the land
too.
of dead? Yeah.
We see I forget Rackles is a part of this fight too, because everyone just fucking hates Kamajin, to be fair. But yeah, who do you get to see in the land of the dead? Grody, the real Grody. Seeing him chilling in the land of the dead was also so funny because it really, like, makes me think that, Doug Dead is all powerful, but it's not like he was reviving, like, the real Grody. He was basically just making copies of him or whatever to fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oof. But yeah, just, like, the incredible vibes of Defnarok just, like, grabbing him and, like, dragging him alive into the land of the dead.
Yeah. That was great. I love that.
And then him using Abyss's powers to take him out, and then telling Abyss it is not your time yet.
Mm-hmm.
And Abyss just kind of waiting outside the door as he leaves.
Oh, man, yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, and then, what's next? God King Ohger, right? Like, God King Ohger?
Yeah, basically. Everyone offer up your lives. And I just love how, like, I think we had a parallel to this in one of the earlier episodes where Gira was like, everyone offer up your lives, and people are like, yo, what the fuck are you saying?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like, yeah, he's like, yeah, I it's like, he basically kept saying, like, very tyrant-ish things.
Yeah.
And, like, it was just getting misconstrued. Yeah.
But in this one, he's like, offer up your lives, and it's immediately like, everyone trust the kings. And we get to see, like, Yeah, we get to see such a cool scene of like the giant Dug that had coming to crush the planet, only to be pushed away by the ever expanding King Ohger.
Yep, and then we get our Gurren Lagann moment.
Yeah, we get the fight in
Um,
the room of the world.
yeah. So I'll admit, I was not very impressed by the fight because it was mostly CG. I
Yeah,
mean, Doug Dead wasn't, but I mean,
it's
like,
it's one of those things where unfortunately, like, yeah, that was a little disappointing. The fight also, like the big mech fight, wasn't like super long anyway.
yeah.
Because we kind of did
But
just spend 2 episodes fighting Dugda. This was just kind of like the final push.
yeah, but we got a very intense ending to it, where it's like I love how they framed it. It's like all the gods, like, just like tell Gira, like you basically see them like starting to fade, and it's like, yeah, okay, they're giving up their lives too to do this. And like, they're like saying it's like you are stuck in this little room, and basically just starts like punching him against the wall, and just you just see God King Ohger just burning up, and it's just like so intense. Like, you see them all like, like just show their determination to get rid of Doug Dead.
Yep, and you get to see and again, this is where I'm like, oh, you can't emote in suits. Yes, you absolutely can, because you get to see all of them kind of realizing what the Shoe Gods are doing, and you get to see them have a reaction, and then be like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we believe in you, and oof, just pushing through the Doug Dead wall, and we get to see such a cool scene of it like blasting through the wall into like pure white and pure nothingness.
Yeah, and then like I think this is like the weird cut where it's like, he like all of a sudden they're back on Terra.
Yep. He warps through the room. In my like interpretation, it's kind of like, oh, they destroyed like the thing that was holding it together, so he can no longer exist outside of like real space.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was such a cool shot seeing both of them just kind of fly off into nothingness. But he saves
Yeah,
himself by showing up to Terra again.
Yep, and we finally get to see, like, you kept pointing out the little dude in his helmet.
Yeah,
And
he's
they
like a little
finally get rid of the
tardigrade.
little.
Yeah, because he's like a
Yeah,
little tardigrade who could survive anything. I thought that was kind of the bit. He like controls the thing. I loved that it was relevant that he like comes out, he gets like destroyed. First of all, just because
yeah.
again, Doug Dead, I think his design is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And especially
So good.
just what the fact that he's got like a little guy who controls like the bigger body, like tells you about his character, that he's like a big overgrown child with, too much power kind of thing. And then,
Yup.
they get to destroy him. We get to see him walk away. Everyone kind of does like a high five. Like everyone's like doing the like, yeah. Oof.
And yeah, I just love seeing that, like, just them just immediately just killing him immediately, like as their final move.
Yep.
Oh man.
And oh my god, just the king showing up and like lifting up their arms and everyone being like, hell yeah. Swarmed by
Yeah.
people. Everyone kind of in some way getting praised. Like Yamuk being like hugged even though he's hurt and he's like yelling. Rita's also being hugged, and then my favorite thing is like Jeremy's just being thrown up by the drop.
Yeah. Jeremy's just loved by his kingdom.
Yep.
It makes sense, but it's just so cute. I love it.
And Gira with all of his little siblings from the orphanage. Everything was so cute. And then, I love that, like, Yanma realized how sad Gira was, being like, but remember that, like, Lord Kuagan's soul is in you, and they gave me these for safekeeping. Then he pulls out all the Shoe God's soul, and he's like, this is who they are, right? Like, at the end of the day, those were only mechanical bodies. We can rebuild them.
Yeah, that was so cute. I'm like, I love that. Yeah, Yanma was just a bro to the end.
He really was. I love the vibe of, like, we get to see a bit later, they're gonna have like the ceremony to fucking make a new one single kingdom, and everyone starts fucking fighting over what to call it.
Yeah, like it's like I saw that and it's like, oh no, they're gonna fight over something stupid, and
They
yes, it
are,
was stupid.
but that's just who
It's,
they are, you know.
yeah, it's yeah, there's it was so funny just seeing them like just fight over who gets to be the name, and then Gary's just like content just watches. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is how it is.
Also, I love how they're fighting for like the middle placement of the name, and Jeremy's
Yeah,
just
it's
like, who else should get the middle placement but the king of the in between?
and then I love how before it cuts out, it's like, Rita, no, don't pull hair. It's like,
Yeah,
it's
Rita's
like
just
a fly
brawl.
down
Yeah,
Rita's.
Rita's just brawling. But oh my god,
It's
getting to
so
see,
good.
yeah, and then just being like, we don't need to like formally establish it, but like everyone knows that us work together is what works really cute, and seeing the different like groups of people like working together, like the Bugnarok teaching people to use computers and learning from the
That was
Enskopians.
so adorable. Oh my
I love the
god.
Bugnarok suits. Okay, they're very good.
Yeah, it was like it was so cute. Like they're just trying to figure out like like trying to teach Kuroko how to how to use the computer, like
And I
the boat run, and they're all happy like saying, yeah, you figured it out.
I think my favorite like part is going because we're going through each nation as we're seeing this, and like I
Mhm.
love the absolute vibe that is that we're getting to see every throne like empty as we pass through the nations.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, like it's like yeah, because I mean like it's what they said, like it's like we're like the king, like the kings aren't the kingdom, the people are the kingdom, like that's like what is really saying, and because like they're all unified, this mix of people is just the kingdom now.
Also, going to Goked and seeing a bunch of the prisoners just like laying on a mofu,
Yeah,
and then
and,
Rockles is just in jail.
yeah,
It was nice. I really do like that he didn't die, but he did want to like take responsibility because again, he did a bad thing for a good reason, but like there should still be repercussions for that. And I'm glad he at least gets to live. Uh and him and Suzume at the end actually being happy, and she's got this like bee scarf that he was probably knitting for her this whole time. No flirting on the clock was also really funny.
yeah, it's like yeah, it was so cute, like seeing it's like seeing in Gokan their like Suzume and Rackles, and then like the whole like despite him you know like repenting, like in jail, like as he should, he still gets a happy ending through like having Suzume's love, and through all that it's just really funny. It's like no flirting on the clock.
It's incredibly
It's
funny. Also,
yeah,
just incredibly funny with the vibe of that, like Rita is now just sleeping.
yeah. Yeah, there's that, and then like what else is there? Oh, that's right, Sebastian, like everyone's learning, like all the countries are learning how to cook, include yeah, and then yeah, we see Sebastian just eating a bunch, and we're like, oh no, not again.
No, my favorite. Oh man, as always, going back to Jeremy, who kind of stole my heart, is my favorite this season. Being like, oh hey, now he's going back to narrating the story, and he's saying the story will have to wait as he's leaving the his toxin mixer on the crown, and he's like, look after things for me. Gonna need some. This is gonna take some time.
Yeah.
And, if you're hearing this, this means that the Royal Centaur were able to defend Terra, which is
Yeah.
so cute. Again, going back to the, like, he's been narrating this whole story.
Yeah, and then everyone basically like does their like transformation phrase, and then of course getting no respect just to end, just like as we always
Yeah,
just as always has, Gira gets just pushed down.
I love that. Everyone is gonna, like, everyone just kicks through. He's like, guys, what are you doing? But it
But yeah,
looks like,
don't ever
all, yeah.
I love that. Don't ever give up on a happy ending. This never ending tale. Yeah, it's in your hands. Like
It's
it's so
so
cute.
good. In addition, I love seeing that it looks like, they're going into space, probably to go check out Earth, and some of the Shugenam citizens are, like, going off into space, including our favorite guy. uh,
uh
our lives should link the story and continue the story. It's so cute.
yeah.
It's
And
so,
then
so cute.
the handoff of the season.
The
So
handoff
cute.
this season is so funny, okay? I just love that it's Boom Red showing up in the car. He's like, bro, we should drive.
Yeah, and then they basically just go on a tour.
They go on a tour, and and we get to see the Gira Red like raising his hands, like super excited. Then he like leans his hand on his shoulder.
Yeah.
It's
But of course,
it's so
yeah,
cute.
yeah, and of course, as we know, like this, like because of the nature of Sentai, this is not the last time we're seeing them because we already have two things confirmed for them. We have King Ohger and 10th anniversary of Kyoruger. So that we're finally getting that. We'll actually get to see Daigo.
Yep.
And
yep.
And then of course, we had to team up with last season Sentai.
Yep, the Kira versus Don
God,
Brothers. I kind of wish
how
it couldn't be. When I saw the announcement that we were getting both of those, I misread it, and I didn't think it was like, oh yeah, Kyoruger versus King Ohger, and then Don Brothers versus King Ohger. I thought it was Kyoruger versus King Ohger versus Don Brothers.
Oh no!
I thought it was one whole triple. I was like, oh my god, this shit's gonna go insane.
Oh no, it's not. But
no.
yeah,
I mean, here's the thing: the Don Brother portion is gonna go insane regardless.
Well, I mean, it looks like they're actually combining. They're already combining. So yeah, like it looks like I need to look at the trailer again. But I guess like they're actually already going to Terra, like from the start. So it's gonna be even insane. Like, oh man, ooh. Like I don't remember what mixes we saw for it, but it's gonna be insane when we see it happen.
Yeah, it's gonna go wild. Oof.
Yeah.
Really exciting. Honestly, really good ending to a show. And again, I'm glad that we got to see the like aftermath. I do sometimes get a little sad when the shows just kind of end and you're kind of like, cool, they beat the bad guy.
Oh wait, okay. Now I see. Yeah, they're actually in the Land of the Dead.
Yeah, no.
Looks like a lot of this takes place in the Land of the Dead for with Dawn Brothers.
Yep. Which
and
again,
I'm like,
how did the Don brothers die?
Yeah.
How did they die? That I feel like. Here's the thing. You know how you were talking about how you're like, oh, I hope we don't get like half of the episode and then half of the episode like for the other ones. And I'm like, unless the first half of the episode with Don Brothers is just them dying. Probably wouldn't have to be half of the movie, but you know what I mean. Like the first 10 minutes are just like the Don Brothers doing something incredibly stupid, and they just die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of crazy that it is a double feature. So I can't wait to see.
Yeah, very excited.
Yeah, I can't wait. But yeah, like this season was just so good. Like I mean, I just love pointing out how, like, unlike most seasons, like unlike a lot of seasons recently, we didn't have to see the mech every episode. Like there was so much like character building, even though like some characters didn't really have to grow as much. But some of them, like some of the small moments we got were just absolutely amazing.
It was so good. It was so good. Just yeah, and here's the thing: a couple episodes here and there that were kind of like but like. It was like what, maybe like 3 or 4 episodes out of the entire season that were like only okay,
Yeah,
not even like bad. Just
like there's only one that we ever point to, but even then it's just like, oh, it's because the B plot was just
And again, it's only the B plot. The A plot of that episode is so good. I feel like that's what makes it like more jarring that like we have such a good A plot and then we just keep switching to like, oh, okay, yeah, this is still happening.
Yeah, it's just so funny to think about, like how that's like kind of our only complaint.
Yeah, really. I mean, it was.
I mean, like I'd probably say like the only other complaint that I have is kind of like what I just brought up in the last episode was just that they the final like mech fight was kind of non-existent.
Yeah, and I know you were looking for.
Was good. Yeah.
Thematically was good. I know you were also looking for the like the helmetless fight that we didn't really get.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. I was also like just denied my helmetless transformation. I was so sad.
Oof. I mean, hey, Oof, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like, honestly, like, yeah, like these, like, it's really funny because, like, normally, like, I mean, obviously, like, I just really like, Kamen Rider the most, like, except, like, I mean, I need to try and give Ghost another chance, but, like, I'm always like, no matter how weird or bad it gets, like, as, like, people will, like, give Saber or Revi sometimes. Like, I always enjoy Kamen Rider, like, start to finish, but, like, until, like, Kira Major, like, like, Super Sentai has always been, like, kind of inconsistent to me because, it basically feels much more formulaic. But, like, like, Kira Major had the formula, Zenkaiger was pure formula, Dawn Brothers was the show. But this one, like, was just straight up a story and character. It was so good for that. And I really can't wait to see what we get next.
Yeah, super excited. I think it's cool that they're trying out different things and that. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Can't say too much about Moon Bujo since we haven't seen it, and we'll start talking about that next week. But until then, we will see you then.
Yep.
Later.
This program is brought to you by
Our unending love of Tokusatsu.
If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to like and subscribe.
And hit the bell for notifications. And if you would like to support us further, consider becoming a patron at our Patreon, Half Hour Henshin.
You can get some exclusive benefits, such as your name in the credits and joining our sticker club. Or, if you want to help with a one-time donation,
you can also find us at Ko-fi at Half Hour Henshin. You can email us with any questions or theories at halfhourhenshin@gmail.com or on Twitter at halfhourhenshin.